website here as well. 1 second here. You're more than welcome to come on and say hi as well. Sample checkers, here we go. Are you on the call, Shane?
Yes, I am. Hi,
beautiful.
everyone.
Awesome. Good to have you here, and I appreciate you jumping on. I know this is very last minute and very very sort of last minute, but I want to say thanks for jumping on. And this is your website, and one of our clients actually used you the other day and said nothing but good things about your company. And I had a few questions for you as well. Hope you don't mind. I will just dive right into it, just in terms of time. How did you get, first of all, how did you get started in this sort of business, this sort of line of work?
By chance, actually. I've been dealing in Asia, Korea, Taiwan, Thailand, Vietnam, predominantly China for the last 21 years. Had several companies in Australia, had a UK company, a US company. And I was looking at winding it down. I was sick of all the travel. I sort of lived in planes for 18 years, traveling back and forth to Australia and America and the UK. And a friend of mine that I haven't met for 40 years contacted me and said, look, I'm in a spot, I need some samples checked. And I actually need some photography done. And I'm a professional photographer, so that was great. So I did that, and then she wanted a factory inspection done. And, you know, I'm always traveling to factories around China, been to thousands of them. So I did that. And she's an Amazon seller. And she said, look, we really need, you know, that'd be great. We need this service in the Amazon world. So I said, oh, yeah, okay. So she did a post on one of her groups, and going from what I planned to be semi-retirement, within about a week, I end up back to 7 days, 20 hours a day, 22 hours a day. We work every day of the year, and it's non-stop. So funny how things work out, but that's what got me into it. Awesome.
Well, with the whole samples, that's how you basically got involved in this whole sample and factory inspection. Mm-hmm. What does it entail? Like, what does it do? If I wanted you, for example, to inspect a sample of a product that I was interested in, what would be involved? What would the process be? It's
pretty simple. We work in a very structured process. We have forms for everything we do. So you just contact us via the website or Skype or a call, email. We would send you a form, a request form, and a delivery request form. And you just send the form to the supplier, ask them to send the sample to us. On your request form, you would just put the details of what the product is, what points you have that you want particularly checked, right? And then when they get to us, everything gets to us within 1 to 3 days, wherever it is in China, and it's very cheap, a couple of dollars. When it first gets to us now, because of COVID, we actually spray every parcel with alcohol, and we put it into a quarantine room for 2 days before we actually check it into the system, okay? Once it's checked in, we'll send you a quick picture from our phone, and then within the next day, 2 days, usually at the most, we'll start the inspection. And that's done via Skype. Now, it's not a Skype video call as such. It's a Skype inspection. So as I'm checking the products, I take the photos, I'll take little videos, I'll make comments, and that will go straight into a Skype chat. So you must have Skype or WeChat for us to do that. Now, I'm an engineer. I've engineered and designed literally probably 80 of my own brand products, high-level stuff. I've been in manufacturing for 40-something years. QC, that sort of thing. So whatever points you put on your request form doesn't mean that's all I check. You know, if I see something that I think's not right, you know, I certainly mention it. I'm pretty well known for being rather blunt and upfront with my comments. If I think a product's shit, well, pardon the French, but I'll tell you it's, you know, I think it's crappy. If it's really, really bad when we unpackage it, I'll tell you that straight up, and rather than just doing the inspection and charging you for it when I know it's no good. And then if you want me to proceed with it, I'll proceed. If not, we charge maybe a $5 handling fee, for the work we've done. Once you get all that via Skype, you could be on there at the same time, or I could be doing it at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You can send any comments, ask any questions, give me a call to discuss any points, and we go from there. So it's pretty detailed. I've got lots of experience with all sorts of products. I can virtually tell you about anything. I've had all sorts of companies and sold pretty much everything and anything. One important thing, though, I'd just like to mention, I don't sell anymore. Okay, I've closed all my selling companies. I've never sold on Amazon, but I do know Amazon workings. So we don't sell, so there's no conflict of interest. Okay, so, your members shouldn't be worried about that. And we do have inbuilt confidentiality. I don't share any of your information, any of your suppliers' information, your product details with anyone outside of the people that need to be involved in it. So even if a supplier asks me for your details, I won't give it to them either. And I'm very, very strong with that. That's been my integrity straight up and down with all my businesses. Fantastic. So the sample side is quick. We only charge $25. And that's cheaper than your freight to get it to you. And then you're looking.
I notice you also do sample consolidation here as well. So if you're getting 5, 6 different suppliers to send you samples, then you guys just consolidate and send it over in one go.
Yep, we bundle it together in as small a size as possible, and then ship it as one shipment. If you got we get people that send 25, 30 samples consolidated together. That might be 1 or 2 boxes. But when you do that, that's much, much cheaper than single sampling from your suppliers. If you've only got 1 or 2 samples, though, you're better getting the suppliers just to send it direct to you. Unless it's a very big item and they're going to charge you too much for the freight, then you can talk to us and we'll give you a freight cost for it, because shipping is a very big part of our business, logistics as well. We do probably this year a bit over 2 million in shipping for customers.
Wow. Okay. So people also are people allowed to use you just for certain services, like just for shipping?
Absolutely.
And so even if they didn't want to do samples, they could just use you for shipping.
Doesn't matter. If we also do the services we do is sample inspection, sample consolidation, production inspections, where we go to the factory and do professional inspections, and the maximum we can do is about 150 inspections a day, and we're about 140 a day now at the moment. We cover all of China, and you get very detailed reports, pictures and information the day after the inspection. So we do the production inspection, we do shipping from China to anywhere in the world, air, sea, rail, DDP, DDU, it doesn't matter. We cover the lot. We also then do professional photography and bundling and kitting, where you may have a couple of different products you want to put together and make a unique item.
Yep. I didn't see that here before. That's great. So you actually do bundling too. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't put it on the website because it's a big part of our business already. So I keep it within the selected groups if I can. But we do a massive amount of that. We do jobs up to 10,000, grouped items at a time.
Yeah, right.
So
we actually do have a lot of students who do the bundling side of things. They put like 3 or 4 products together and they turn it into something quite unique, which is good. So photography, I just want to go back to that, because a lot of people are looking for, sometimes the supplier just obviously doesn't have the best photos, and so that is also something that you offer. And I just got to hear the charges here. So what are the rough charges here for your photography?
Okay, it's base images are $19.95. Now that's fully finished, fully enhanced, ready for Amazon. You get it in 2 file types. You get it in 300 by 300 pixels, 72 dpi to upload straight to Amazon. And then you get them as 300 dpi, full size, full resolution. If you want to do graphic design or create booklets or something like that. It's fully enhanced, so we do any enhancements as well. Then if you've got backgrounds, or you need props or lifestyle type shots, that varies. It's very subjective, but 550 is each extra per image is about our average. And infomercials as well. But if you say had a main image and then you want to put 4 little images of different products or different parts of the product, well, that's 1 main image plus 4 extra shots. Okay, so it would be 550 for each extra image. And we don't charge for, if we put them onto a stock image, we don't charge for the stock images. The stock image and the compositing is 550 extra.
Awesome.
Yeah, you can't buy stock images for 550.
Awesome. Well, that's great. Well, the reason I wanted to get you on today, Shane, was just to let people know that there's other options out there, and there's other people out there that do this sort of thing, because there's a lot of people wanting to get their product up and running on Amazon before Christmas. So I'll just say this to everyone, rather than sample testing yourself, you can head over, let me just go to your home website here. So samplecheckers.com.au, and what the best way to contact you, I assume, is Skype. Would that be it, Shane?
Yeah, Skype's good. We also do WeChat if any of your members have WeChat. I like WeChat better than Skype. You can do more with it, but Skype's a good way. Or you can call. We have an Australian number that comes direct through to my Skype, or email. So either way, it's and we work all hours.
Beautiful. Well, that's great. Actually, I had one last question. Do you ever do drop-ins on suppliers like factories? Do you ever do that at all, or is it?
Oh, that you mean factory audits?
Yeah, factory audits. Yeah, do you do that at all?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, you do. Okay, awesome. Okay, beautiful. Well, I appreciate your time here, Shane. And let me just check in here. What is the email address? Let me just jump here and contact us here. So email address is here, samplecheckers@icloud.com. We had a question here. US pricing on your website. Yes, it was, wasn't it, Shane?
Yes, everything's US.
Yeah. Okay. Question here. Do you do prep at all?
When you say, well, prep's a broad term. What do you mean?
Oh, barcoding or thank you cards or anything like that?
Oh, absolutely. F&SKUs.
Yep.
Yeah, we do that. Now, but just with that, people get a bit confused with that. We do prepping and F&SKUs, but that's when the goods come to us. We're either bundling or we're going to, we also do inspections at our warehouses as well. If it's a big job and you need some other work, you might need an insert in there. So we can print inserts, flyers at very, very good rates. And then we print the barcodes, the F&SKUs made in China, or suffocation warning labels, and put them on the products. If we're doing inspections at the factories, we don't do the F&SKUs. Our engineers are engineers. They're not process workers.
Yes.
And most factories, 99.9% of factories, will put the F&SKUs on there for free anyway. And 21 years, I haven't found a factory that hasn't done it really. But if it's coming to us and we need to do some other work to it, absolutely, we do all that. Yep.
Great. And I suppose if someone wanted like a thank you card input in the box, or like a ribbon or something else, that's the sort of stuff you can.
Yep. That's all part of the bundle. Yep.
Beautiful.
You can do all of that.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I think that's all the questions we had for you, but I appreciate your time jumping on here, Shane, and much appreciated. And yeah, I just wanted to share your website. And you know, I have heard of you before. I just never. It's just recently my client said, "Oh, do you use sample checkers or really fast on time?" And I was like, "Great. Well, let me look this Shane guy up." So
Sure.
good to have you on course, Shane. I appreciate your time as well for jumping on. All right.
Yeah, thanks for the invite.
No worries. See ya.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
All right, guys. So I've got Shane on, and like I said, you know, it's good sort of having him sort of join us. And I wanted to sort of talk about the whole sample check, because it is a good, especially for speed. If you're wanting speed and getting your product up and running fast, you've got options. You can sample check yourself and look at your products yourself, or you can, you know, you can basically get someone that, you know, does it every single day to basically do it for you. So, you know, that is also an option as well. But I personally, like, I had a sample check the other day. I use Leeline. I might actually try out sample checkers and start using them as well from now on. And but yeah, I'm a big fan of speed. I'd rather do something and get it up and get it selling and make changes later on. It's like when Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, his catchphrase was "move fast and break things." So rather than trying to make the perfect product, try to be perfect and launch the first perfect product, and that's doing 20, 30K a month, you're better off finding, and Drew said this as well, you know, you're better off finding smaller products that do small amounts of money, you know, 2-3 grand. That would be much easier than trying to find the one unicorn product doing 20, 30, 50K a month, right? And they're out there, but it is much easier sometimes finding those, you know, those smaller based products as well. All right. So yeah, it is good sometimes having some of those, smaller products, and speed is everything. So like I said, I'd rather just you get something up, learn the process, start selling, start making money. And then if you are wanting to improve the product and make it even more perfect, do that later on, but let's get something up there, right? So I wanted to also just to say, invite Ian also on the call, and Ian to jump on as well, because like I said, we just wanted to talk a little bit more about, you know, some speed and just strategies in getting things up for Christmas. I think that should be everyone's goal. You still have time to get products up and running before Christmas, but you need to start deciding on a product, you know, within next, you know, 2 weeks. Start getting sort of the products locked in, and then use a company like Sample Checkers to spec the sample and then send it directly to the Amazon warehouse. We actually would create FNSKU barcodes. We would basically do what we do with Leeline, but with sample checkers as well. So whoever you want to use, we would create the listings, the images, the headlines, the barcodes. We would send the barcodes to Shane, and they would obviously print them off and print off the thank you cards as well. So it's good. What I might do, guys, I might just Shane just mentioned if anyone from your group it mentioned that you're from our group, when you contact us, that would be great. What I might do, I might put his website address in the chat here as well, all right, and to contact us as well, all right. Hey, Ian, good to have you on the call.
Alex, how are you?
Good, very good. All right.
Drew and Shane have made my job a lot easier.
So what's the secret for speed, Ian? Because you're getting that question often right now. You're on the phone. You help a lot of people.
We only had 63 people book in this week, so they're all willing to know the secret of speed. And that's basically get the professionals to do it. So what we found, especially with obviously the current clients, maybe silver and gold students, where either they're using the self-paced program or you've listed one product for them, is they're wanting the second, third, fourth product as well listed. So remember, guys, a lot of you are still working full time, and Amazon's this side hustle. But as you can see, when you take it seriously, the sort of money that you can make from it, and you know, I suppose most of the FBA sellers are working maybe 10 or 15 hours a week, but they're tripling, quadrupling their current income. So by maybe investing in professionals that can get you launched a lot quicker, that's really what we're introducing you, so that you can look at us listing, you know, not just one product, but 4, 5, 10, 20, 40 products. And like Alex said, obviously for Christmas, if we can list maybe 3 or 5 before Christmas and give you that blueprint so that you can then list another 3 or 5, from March next year onwards, would make your life a lot easier. So really the point of me jumping on, and I know I've spoken to probably 80% of you guys on the call at the moment, is that you're all treading in trepidation. Oh my gosh, is Amazon going to work? Well, it's proven success. It's about to hit a $2 trillion company at the end of this year. It's incredible. And so by just, taking a small portion of what Amazon are making, here in Australia, and then maybe branching out over to the UK or, one of the European marketplaces or the US or Canada, it can only help you guys. So basically what we're doing is, and Alex, I was sort of doing some numbers because I know you work pretty much 24/7, is that really between now and sort of Christmas, or I think December the 1st is when Amazon stopped taking products in, is for AMZ Product Launcher to list 100 products. So one person may say, look, can you list 40 products? That means there's only 60 products left. So what Alex is going to do for you guys, he's going to put a link in the chat, and that link is a booking link to my calendar. All right. And what I really advise you to do is book in and have a chat with me. I only take bookings by appointment, not that I'm, important or anything like that. It's just the best way and a more efficient way that we can manage our calendars. So, and if you guys have got some questions right now, obviously feel free to ask some questions. But Alex, if you can, I see you've just dropped that into the chat there. But does anyone sort of have any questions for Alex or I at the moment? Everyone's very quiet.
Everyone's probably drained after 3.5 hours.
Hey guys, you're not bricklaying at 4 o'clock in the morning on a cold winter's morning. This is working, sitting on your backside, earning some money online. And Amazon is the way to go. Certainly here in Australia. I'm not sure if you guys are number stats are freaks, but Amazon, I think 17 months ago forecast a 50% growth. Last year it was 98%. So the only way you can make 98% is actually get a product listed. So if you haven't, I really recommend that you either get us to do it, or you're really using the online training to get that product up listed very, very quickly for yourselves.
That is sometimes a challenge also. If I know what it's like as well. Like I was working in accounting. I remember doing 8, 9-hour days were kind of normal. In the Sydney CBD, you jump on a train, you get back. By the time you get back, it's 6, 7 o'clock at night. You don't have really too much time to do a whole lot. And it does help sometimes to just use professionals. So speed is actually everything. To build a proper business, something that can help you leverage, something that you can potentially sell 20 or 12 months down or 24 months down the line. Like if you want to build a proper business, you want to, like, one product sometimes doesn't cut it. You want to get as many products up there as you can, like 2 products in pet, 3 products in pet, 3 in babies, 3 in homewares. Like that should really be the goal. Like some of our, we had a gentleman the other day. I don't know whether he's on the call right now. Zahid. I don't think he is actually. No, I will be posting something about in Facebook group after our call. In the last 30 days, he did 11 grand in turnover. Last 30 days, 11 grand. A couple of months ago, he was doing 8.5. Now he's doing 11 grand. I have a feeling it's because of COVID as well. It's gone up. But he just said he's just ever so grateful. I'll post his story, and he's going to send me a screenshot to put in there as well. And he's got, I think it's like 7, 8 products now, doing 11,000 consistently a month, which is fantastic. And I say, well done, Zahid, and I tip my hat to you. That's great, because he started from that. He's an accountant as well. Like he's a numbers guy, and I interviewed him a few weeks ago. But no, he's done incredibly well. But yeah, speed is everything. So you have a few questions here as well, Ian. I think in the chat, I haven't been sort of looking at that for a bit. There is a few questions there. So question: how much does it cost to do 10, 20, 30 products? Is this service? So you got a few questions here actually. What I'll probably say to guys is most of these questions can be answered. Just book in with Ian. It's a no obligation chat. Just book it in. Question here: do most clients of yours at the moment list their products in Amazon Australia or USA. It's actually more Australia than anything else, because Australia, there's just very little competition here in Australia. So, but we have clients, we launch in multiple marketplaces. We've launched clients in Singapore, Japan, Europe, UK, America, of course, Australia, and now in New Zealand. If you're based in New Zealand, you can sell. And if you sell on Amazon Australia, actually, most of our clients do sell on Amazon Australia, and then another marketplace on top of that. If you sell on Amazon Australia, whatever you sell, 99% of the time, your product is now available to New Zealanders. It wasn't like that 6 months ago. It's only like in the last month and a half it's changed. So there's even more of an opportunity. It's basically a free country. The FBA fees are exactly the same also for New Zealand, to sell in New Zealand. So you're not paying any extra more to sell to a completely new country. So that's incredible. That's even something that's sort of come up in the last month and a half. Amazon have now opened up to New Zealanders. So if you sell on Amazon Australia, it's a whole new marketplace. I don't know how many people in New Zealand. I think it's 6. If you're from New Zealand, let us know what the population is over there, because I'm not too sure. I'm from New Zealand myself, and I don't know. But hopefully that answers your question there. So, got a question here. Yeah. So there's a few questions here. So what I might do, Ian, I might pass these sort of questions on to you, and I'll send them to you, and you can sort of. But what I'll say, guys, is just book in a call with Ian, and he can sort of answer some of these, for you as well. So. Question, yeah, all right.
I think, Alex, that a lot of people, it's about the money, like the investment. Oh my gosh, how much is it going to cost me? But as I was saying to you yesterday, it really is the process before the profit. Because when you get the process right and you invest in the process, the profit will come naturally anyway. So even if we're doing one product for you, as long as you're paying attention, we give you the blueprint and you follow that, then, it's an investment in your Amazon business anyway. So, you can sit and go through the online academy, and that's great if you're doing that. But if you are wanting speed, but what I would say, and I'll just say this again, and I know I've mentioned this to a couple of people that I've spoken to, that this is limited. So, if you are wanting products to get up and listed by Christmas, if someone wants 40 products up, that only leaves 60, and there's about 40, 50 of you on the call. So that's only one product left each. All right. So get in, book in a time with me. I'm pretty much available from 7 a.m. right through to 9 p.m. We're here to help you guys. So yeah, please book in and use the calendar. I
should mention also there's a there's a company that you've sort of partnered up recently with as well that do it for very small amounts.
Incredible. Yeah, I had a lady that was like worried about, oh my gosh, I've got to pay all this money. And I said, look, at the end of the day, I'm sure you didn't pay your house up front. You probably paid it on a mortgage. And she said, yeah, that's true. So she got, I think she was paying $14.50 a week, and we're listing one product for her. Mm-hmm. And the way she kind of sold it back to me was the product's going to be paying back my investment anyway. It's not like I'm spending money on Netflix or something. So again,
you said $14.50 a week. Was that it?
$14.36 it was, the actual number. So It was ridiculous.
Wow.
So it's very cheap to borrow money at the moment. Very, very cheap. So, most smart people, they use other people's money, not their own.
So for the price of $14.36, she's basically, we're launching her first product for
Correct. Her. Correct. Yeah.
That's incredible. That's insane. Like, you just sell one product and essentially pays for itself. That's like what people spend on a takeaway, just a sandwich and a coffee.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, guys, I really implore you to book in, use the calendar, and Alexandra, obviously the rest of the team and myself, we're here to help you guys.
Yep. Well, I just want to say thanks, guys, for jumping on today's training. It was dedicated really just to product finding side of things, and basically, just really focus more on just finding product ideas. Now, I know it may have been a bit overwhelming, right? Because we had a lot of advanced sort of speakers as well. Like Drew is very advanced. He likes to, he's a very smart gentleman. So it's hopefully he wasn't too advanced for you, but we have recorded it. Everything that we sort of covered today is actually covered in the training as well. So we do talk about pretty much everything Drew covered. We do cover in the training. You don't need to focus on that now. I think now should just be the focus of finding your first product idea, if that's where you're at, and getting it up and running on Amazon before Christmas. Q4, which is the busiest time in Amazon's calendar. It's the busiest time. It's where a lot of Amazon sellers make a big bulk of their sales and turnover, right? So just wanted to say thank you everyone for joining. We had a lot of people on today's call. Adash, Amarachi, had Ben, Breton, Caroline, DeLong, Danish, Ellie, Haley, Hina, Janetta, Janice, Jomi, Julie, Lara, Maureen, Kim, Keith. Wow, we had a lot of people. That's only reading half of them here. So I just want to say, guys, thanks for jumping on. I hope you learned a lot from the training, and I hope you took something from it, which is great. Lots of people saying, "Yep, beautiful, thanks, that's great." Hope you got a lot of value from it as well. And I think just take action. Like I said, perfection is what kills a lot of ideas. Don't try and be that perfect product type of person. Try and get it up, get it selling, making some money. Doesn't have to be a lot of money. It might only be $2,000-$3,000 in terms of turnover a month, but at least get it up, get it making money, and then jump on. Then you sort of know the process of it all. And I should also mention, this is a common thing that comes up. If we are launching a product for you, do you learn the process as well? And the answer is yes. You do learn the process. We do walk you through the process as well. It's not as though we launch products for you and go, all right, you do it yourself and you don't know how. We actually show you what we're doing. You'll learn in the process as well on how to launch. So it's not as though you're left blind and you can't launch your products after we launch your products for you, right? So thank you everyone for joining tonight's training, and I'll leave you to it. It's we've gone a little bit over time, but yeah, thanks for that, and stay safe and enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Sash. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Sue, Terry, Fiant, Wing. Thanks, Sopik. Thanks, Saren. Thanks for jumping on the call. Pumi. I've got quite a few people here. Thanks, everyone, for jumping on today's training. And have a great afternoon. All right.